Goal. 6-3.
And there's certainly an added challenge, right, Clark, in the second game of a back-to-back.
And you always wonder in that case, could fatigue play a role in deciding this game? You know, back-to-backs are hard, but there's no excuses. Everybody has to play them, so you deal with it and make the most of it.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The post tandem will be Towns and Reed. Anthony Edwards out there, Goose. And it's DeRozan, and at the 3, the small forward.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
Now let's go to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Taylor Jenkins.
Now, I spoke to him about the plan for calling for Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. We expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thank you, David. Cox, no good. The Grizzlies have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Williams, a screen on Edwards. Bing, the bounce pass. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And what stands out most, Clark, about Mark Williams, it has to be his rebounding.
Yeah, he's a glass-eating machine.
Nabbing another steal.
The steals just don't end with him, and now he has a good look at the season record.
The instincts, the tenacity he has shown on the defensive end all season long is awe-inspiring.
And every steal gets him closer to the top spot. Sits at 301, and it isn't unthinkable that he could get there this season.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Towns, a screen on Morant. Launches it. Towns, no luck.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Morant for 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clear.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 12-4 run. Potter, the pass to Morant. An easy 2 points on the layup. Morant's got 5.
Timeout.
Great intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
They set the pick. Fires the 3. Cox. It's good on the putback.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They're leading by 8. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Williams. Rebound, Minnesota. This game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Yeah, and you know, those losses really hurt. You can't get anything going your way, everything going against you. Very frustrating.
Yeah, that's too good a luck to give them from behind the arc.
Outside, Towns. Towns gets a screen from Cox. Towns finds DeRozan. Bucket is good.
That's DeRozan's go-to. I mean, he's as deadly as they get with the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
It's stolen, and now the Timberwolves on the break. Cox, the pass to Reed. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound, and another steal for him.
His march toward history continues with that steal.
Well, Greg, now he is tied for the most steals in a season. You can't begin to describe his impact on defense.
And we know just how big steal number 301 is. Ties him for the most ever in a season and illustrates how incredible his defensive presence has been this year.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. And a change for the Timberwolves. Dillingham's checked in for Edwards. Williams, that's good.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Timberwolves trail by 9. To the paint. Here's Cox. And he jams it with authority.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot. I think he has to play more conservative.
Substitution on the court.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Outside, Sexton. Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Sexton for 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 3. Morant is out there with Colin Sexton. Then there's Edey. Then it's White, and it's Christie in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. He gets that one. That's 10 points for Goose.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Sexton. The Grizzlies with another miss. Minnesota's gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Goose in their last matchup against the Suns was outstanding. He scored 40 points, and you love what he gives his team at both ends. A fantastic performance from him. Something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not willing to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Outside, Sexton. That one's off, still out of sync. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Cox. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
Morant dishes to Williams. Back to Morant. It's deflected. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Rodman is checked in for the Grizzlies. Bain comes in for Colin Sexton. Minnesota also making some changes. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Gobert. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Dillingham. Out to Morant. Wants it 5 from 18. It's stolen by Edwards. Edwards slashing in. Lays it in off the breakaway. Edwards got 4 points this quarter. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
Here's Towns. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. 18 points for Goose.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Morant with it. Picked up by Edwards. Bain looking around. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Minnesota.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
DeRozan passes to Cox. Puts up a 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offense.
He swipes the ball away again.
And remember that steal, folks. History been made.
He now stands #1 all-time for most steals in a season. A simply sensational year.
Every game he's come up with steal after steal, and now he owns the top spot on the steals list all time, wiping out the previous record of 301 set back in 1986.
Sexton, he's checked in for Morant. Minnesota also with the sub. Dillingham's checked in. Pass to Cox. Buries the long-range jumper. Cox has got 25 points.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding Bob.
Jacks up a three. Knocks it loose. A challenging stretch here for Memphis. And the whistle blows. After one half, it hasn't even been close. Minnesota on top, running away with this one. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
I think for the Timberwolves, they're pretty entrenched in their power ranking spot. Hard to see much moving from them this late in this year.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Timberwolves.
They've been...
And that is it for half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen a tremendous game from Goose.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. The post tandem will be Towns and Reed. Goose out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. Oh, and the jam by Towns.
How about this combo, guys? Part super athlete, part contortionist. Towns continues to impress.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Mark, you had a chance to defend a lot of great scores in your time in the NBA.
Yeah, and I did. They wore me out, too, Bart. I mean, I think the attitude of those guys stands out. Their relentlessness, the skill level obviously was there, but it was the relentless pursuit of the basketball and scoring opportunities. Bernard King, Larry Bird, Alex English, Marcus Johnson was near the tail end of his prime, but he was a problem, too. I mean, there were a number of guys in that. Kelly Tripucka. Whew. Yeah, don't make my head spin.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
First free throw is good.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Cox.
Both free throws good from Cox. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Morant against Edwards. From deep, Rodman. It's rebounded by Cox. Cox has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Towns, a screen on Morant. Cox. Another miss by Minnesota. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Bain, no good.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bain seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Cox, the pass to Reed, taken away by Williams. Puts it up from 17. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Potter's got his first points of the night. Runs a screen on Morant. Here's Cox. Pass to Towns. Williams with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Here's Morant. Nice pass. Running to the rim perfectly for the layup. 14 points for John Morant. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And Memphis making a change here. Sexton's checked in. And a change for the Timberwolves. Dillingham's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. Down low, here's Cox. No good that time. Morant with some nice D.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the fourth.
Potter misses.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate and embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Here's Cox. Guarded by Morant. And then drops in from beyond the arc. Three-pointer from Cox. Cox has got 7 points here in this quarter. Morant passes to Potter. Payne against Edwards. Pass to Potter. Now here's Morant for three. And he's good on the three ball. Morant's got 19 points.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And now the Grizzlies fast break. Payne, no good.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Here's Cox, guarded by Morant. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Payne kicks to Morant. Williams sends a screen for Morant. Floats it up for Williams. Stolen by Reed. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Sexton. And stolen by Sexton. Here's Potter. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Potter's got his second bucket of the night. Minnesota leading by 21. The Timberwolves working the ball around. And that one's good. Cox.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Tipped away. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
The three from Morant. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Beyond the arc, shot clock at 6. Dillingham, no good. To the inside, here's Potter, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Minnesota riding high with a 23-point. Welcome back, everyone, to a record-breaking game. Making a change here. Potter's checked in. Goose is checked in for Minnesota. And the Timberwolves with possession here. 19-point game. Colin Sexton is out there with John Morant. And there's Christie. Then there's Edey. And it's Potter into the power forwards position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Here's Cox. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Grizzlies have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Shoots from 12. And the Grizzlies take on 2 more.
You know, you got to respect Sexton's scoring ability. The closer he gets inside, the more effective he is.
Williams gets a screen from Cox to the wing right side. It's rebounded by Memphis. Inside, it's tipped. Here's Sexton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the aggressiveness Sexton plays with is infectious. He motivates his teammates to play just as hard.
Both teams will make substitutions. Timberwolves leading by 13. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that number.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Here's Cox. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Williams finds Sexton. Hits the three-point bomb. Sexton's got 9 points here in the second half.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
Here's Cox. And good. That's a friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Cox has got 42 in the game. Morant surveying the D. And so the ball's out of bounds. 3 touched it back. We've got a timeout call by Taylor Jenkins. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Waters checked in. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth.
Reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display.
Yes, sir. Power and grace. That had it all.
Here's Cox. Off target from three-point range.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance and scoring. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make it.
Up top, Morant. Shot clock at 5. And Morant throws it down.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
From outside the arc. And Towns throws it down.
Nothing soft about it back there.
And why Joseph, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
And Clark, the debate around Karl Anthony Towns. Is he the greatest shooting big of all time?
Well, look, if you just want to go numbers, it's an emphatic yes. No 7-footer has ever shot it like Cat. Around 40% from 3 over his career. That's not just a 1 or 2 season deal. That's a multi-year career. So I say yes.
This one for 3, and that will fall. The three-pointer on the line from Cox. Cox has got 45 points.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Timberwolves.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And they're going to close them out here for the second time this year. This gives them a season series lead of 2-0 with just 1 game left to play against Memphis.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Goose.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Here's Cox. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul, 13 foul.
And he makes the first.
Cox taking 2 shots.
Both good from the line that time. 23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Ball's knocked loose. The 3 ball. The Grizzlies pull it in. And the whistle blows is going to be on Goose. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
13 foul.
That's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This crowd was...
You're a menace to these opposing teams, man. Throw them buffs on them, Pete. We're in the deep.
Out there and he
facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
Hello and welcome to Sunday night NBA action. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Looking at the starting 5 for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Cash in at power forward with Reed at center. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Goose in at the point guard position. And now let's check in with Allie to see what she has on MP for us. Take it away, Allie.
Thanks, B.A. I spoke with MP about his star-studded contest coming up, and he looked across the court and said, "We'd love a challenge. We've been watching tape, and we think we have a solution for the problem over there." I can't wait to find out how these two juggernauts affect today's outcome.
Yeah, buckle up, folks. This is going to be a good one. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Cunningham. 33 points last game. Pass to Thompson. Cunningham against Edwards. Clock at 6. Stewart, right side. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Here's Kessler. Reed with the rebound. Now the Timberwolves with it. 4-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
And those are the games you need as a squad. Proving to yourself you can go win in a hostile environment.
Here's Cunningham following the score by Minnesota. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Cox. Turned in an outstanding game against Memphis.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Cunningham looking it over. Thompson outside. On the wing, Ivy. Thompson, a screen on Oubre. The floater. Tries again. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
Well, he is a wiry, strong athlete. Thompson's able to go through the contact.
That free throw is good from Thompson. And, Coach, how about the Thompson twins making their impact felt in the 2023 draft?
Yeah, Brian, we've seen twins in the NBA before, albeit not very often. But these two made history that draft day, becoming the first pair of twins to be selected in the top 5 of the same draft.
Pass to Kessler. Cunningham outside. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Cox. Detroit with a rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing their last matchup with Orlando.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
And it's Detroit with the ball. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. Cunningham outside. Shot clock at 6. Shoots it from the high post. Ivy outside. Jacks up at 3. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Hasn't taken him any time to get into a groove. 3 or 4 to start things off.
Here's Cox. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Cox has got 9.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Man, that right there gives you a sense of just how quick Cunningham really is.
Oh, he packs it down!
That is incredible.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? There's the AT&T 5G Slam Can, capturing the moment. Back to Cunningham. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And he lobs it up to the rim. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Well, nice touch on the lob, and Towns made sure to finish the play.
Pass to Kessler. Thompson scanning the floor. Now here's Ivy. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie Laporce.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. He was emphatic.
Jones, the pass to Kessler. It's rebounded by Minnesota. This is their first game against Detroit this season.
And they dominated this team last season. Big difference in talent level.
They've got Thompson, Kate Cunningham out there with Tyus Jones. Then there's Holland, and it's Kessler in its center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Powerful take from Cunningham. your take, guys, here on the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And also, the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hard-working, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things. Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Cox, the pass to Towns. Over to the left wing. Here's Cox. He's watched by Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Towns. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Ivy. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Timberwolves trail by 8. Cox, the pass to Reed. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Well, the biggest thing Naz Reid brings to your team is spacing. Reid can play the 5 and hit threes. There aren't a lot of guys like him.
Jones, he's checked in for the Pistons. Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Here's Towns. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort.
And down it goes. 2 points.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Well, a chance to check out some stats for Jaden Ivey.
And he's been locked in at the free throw line for sure. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. You just get that extra focus at the charity stripe.
That's it. Coming off an assist from Jones. Ivy's got 9 points.
Well, that's what you want to see from Ivy. Being assertive and going up strong.
Towns on a screen. Here's Cox, defended by Jones. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. This is his first opportunity at the line this evening. And the first one at the line is good.
Well, since being selected 1st overall back in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been such an incredible force for his career, averaging a double-double, someone you can build around.
Holland, he's checked in for Jones.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's Cox. 14 points for him. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And it's Detroit with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the inside. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Detroit leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Back after this.
I love the depth of this team, man. Their subs have been huge tonight, giving them a scoring punch that they've needed most.
and let's turn our attention. That's it for us.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You got to like what Jaden Ivey has done in this game.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Cat in at power forward with Reed at center. Then there's Edwards. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Goose in at the 1. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Goose in their last matchup against the Grizzlies delivered quite a performance. He finished with 47 points and was such a menace on the defensive end. Steals galore. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Great report there, Allie. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying himself.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
The shot no good by Cox.
As they're doing strong work on the glass, a +5 advantage for them.
And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Well, one thing we know about Ivey, he will press the action.
Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
The Pistons lead by 8.
So that brings him up to 4 fouls.
Timberwolves trail by 6. We've got Holland. Tyus Jones is out there with Kate Cunningham. Then there's Isaiah Jackson. And it's Abaji in at the 4. That's the group for Detroit right now.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Shot from the top of the key. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They lead by 4. After this game, they can look forward to Washington, where they'll match up against the Wizards. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Jackson, the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Abaji, defended by DeRozan. Abaji can't hit.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look, just couldn't finish.
Here's Cox. Cranked it in off the glass. Cox has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
The Pistons shooting at 49% so far in the game. Pass to Jackson. Cunningham with the ball. Here's Abaji, defended by DeRozan. Here's Abaji. Back to Cunningham. And it's blocked! He keeps control of the ball. Cox, the pass to Edwards. There's a screen. That's tipped. And stolen by Jones. And stolen by Gobert. Pass to Dillingham. Here's Cox. To take the lead. Holland with a rebound. Holland's got 4 rebounds now.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke. I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that game. And Detroit making a change here. Thompson's checked in, and the Timberwolves also making a change. Williams is checked in for DeRozan. to the middle. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Woo-wee. What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
A sharpshooter from the mid-range. Cunningham doesn't need much room to feel comfortable firing away.
Cox, good.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
And here's Jones. Driving to the basket. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
What an incredible ankle breaker to help create space for a shot.
Here's Cox. He's watched by Cunningham. Williams is screen on Cunningham. Here's Cox. Misses the three.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot you typically make.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. There's Cunningham with a three. Offensive rebound. Here's Kessler. And he gets that one. Kessler's got his first 2 points of the night.
I'll tell you what, they've been aggressive and they've been physical.
Here's Cox. Ivy defends. To the left side wing. Reed sets a screen. Just 5 on the clock. Cox, the pass to Reed. Over Kessler. And Ivy pulls it down. Detroit leading by 6. Pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Playing above the rim. This kid, Asar Thompson, can fly.
Here's Cox. Off target with the three.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Towns for three. He drops it from range.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Nice work beyond the arc by Cunningham.
Wow, Cunningham dialing it up from three-point range.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Towns a screen on Cunningham. Towns outside. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Pistons. Ivy's got 4 rebounds in the game.
That's a tough walk back to the shot.
So it's Detroit picking up the win. A clean